Hello YouTube, I want to show you a video about this stupid fuckface at work that I've known since last year in October. He seems like a normal guy first. Sure, tends to talk a lot, maybe like a lot of normal people who just want to get through work and be home faster. I dealt with this guy before. Wow. Give me a moment, I apologize. Here he is, this piece of shit. Why the fuck? Let me explain this whole situation. To be honest, I was very suspicious about this guy. Literally, he would literally creep people out. Not the way he looks, not his opinions. The fact is, like when I first known him, I was still new to the new workplace called Unique Party Favors. So basically, what would happen is that for the past before his 2 months, when everything began normally, he was working for my old workplace for the past 6 months. In the third month, when we moved into the new building, I'm not even care about his pace, but literally he would just literally talk and run his mouth and talk. And when other people weren't around, he would try to catch them off guard, literally talking like gossiping about other people. He not only does he gossip about people, he tries to act like he's an honest person who makes an honest living, claiming that every Wednesday and Friday, and starting the third month, in the third month, he would literally take Wednesdays and Fridays off, claiming that he's busy selling carmobiles, which I find very suspicious because they might not even be legal. And if he really was selling cars, I would want to know his business card, his address, and whether he actually is whether he owns his very own business, and why even come to the work in a warehouse in the first place. So, which I'm very suspicious. And notice his stupid ass. I don't want to show you his whole face because he looks so stupid. My God, I'm actually very curious. I want to know, has anyone ever looked you with their mouth open? If I showed you his actual face, if he didn't cover his face with his hands, you don't understand what I'm talking about. I'm just curious as to how do you guys feel when someone literally keeps their mouth open and they look at you? It's like they're on some type of drug, and it's not weed at all. Either they're a drug addict, or they're definitely not there. They're not really thinking at all. And I know this may sound a bit off though. It was weird because I didn't suspect him because of the way he looked. Just because I've known him for so long that he would annoy the shit out of me. I remember as soon as in the start of January 2018, I literally became a supervisor. And my job was literally to keep an eye on suspicious act behavior, and to help out any of the temp workers. Those may be a long story. I'm not gonna make it too long. The only reason I even became a supervisor was literally because I helped ship out all the majority of the product near the end of the rendezvous of when our old workplace was finally going to move out, and then had to basically take responsibility and not be a burden. And then what happens is that literally the majority of the coworkers would go home. They would be home on Friday, and Friday I would work with other coworkers and the other temps to help ship out the remaining product, while the majority of the other coworkers would take a break from the receiving area, and I would hold full responsibility of making sure everything's out on time, and that they weren't missing anything, and that the remaining product was safe. And there's more to the story too. Literally, he would just talk. I understand wanting to get through work faster, but this guy literally did not know how to make have a reasonable conversation. This is someone you can't really have a conversation with that. Really, if you were to notice his other side of his personality, literally is just literally trying to stall as much time. Nothing from what I've heard, nothing he really added was very logical to the to where there was work, and that was literally just to spend time, just goof off, and just fuck around. And yet he talks about other people. That's my biggest concern. Is why you keep a guy who gossips about people. That's why I feel like my workplace should be held responsible for his behavior as well, for not showing awareness. I was the one where, because I kept track of his schedule, I knew most of what was going on. And the reason he even got fired in the first place was of his own behavior, and he's trying to put the blame on everyone on my workplace, including me. And if I show you the text, you'll realize this guy's actual scum. Because what happened is that he was berating a bunch of people when he was given the order to help his coworkers, and yet he decides to berate his coworkers, talking, swearing, verbally abusing his coworkers for no reason, claiming that there's a fake country. Even before that, there was even his crew even complaining about the way he was not the it wasn't didn't have really have to do with the way he treated his coworkers, but literally he would set them up for failure, because he was with them, literally most of the time he would screw up the work, and then literally they had to constantly fix it, and he didn't care, and he was just putting pressure on his peers, just literally adding so much work that he refuses to change, to fix his mistakes, instead have someone else do it. And furthermore, I want to show you the text. There's a lot more to this. As to read this is where it starts off. He was berating an old man apparently, and I spoke with him, and yeah, didn't end too really well with him. There's a lot more where that came from. Give me a moment. See another ignorant text sent by him. This is the second paragraph right now, and I just fully made him look so stupid in front of a crowd of people. A third ignorant text sent by him. Everything you just read is just so ignorant, like it gives you cancer. And his final text when I called him out on his behavior. And yeah, honestly, about that guy, literally, he is a joke. I hope no one ever tries to befriend him or tries to take it easy on him for what he did. And yeah, that's literally the shit I get for working my ass off and trying to be a good sport about it, and doing my job too. This guy is, honestly, I would suggest no one to be friends with him. I don't care whether you flag this video or not. That's up to you. Everything I said was completely true. Was honest about the situation. And the funny thing is that ever since, as soon as he got to his new job, and I don't have all the evidence, I don't have the entire evidence. The funny thing was that he actually got fired on at his next job, because I spoke to his friend about the situation. Literally, his friend gave me information where he was where his next job was, where he was working at his next job. I was able to contact his employer, and then he immediately got his contract terminated, because I provide the evidence given to me, just like what I just shown you with the text. And yeah, and he was talking back behind me, and from what I heard from his friend telling me that I'm a child predator with no evidence whatsoever, he clearly can't back up his claim. I'm the one who's pretty much the one only who's done that within this argument, the situation. And I'm not too sure. Give me a moment. Maybe I'll show the other text. His friend is just as much of a prick. Wow. Clearly, he's trying to convince me that he's gonna talk to him. He's gonna confront him. He's trying to reason with him, but really, he's just trying to fix the situation by having me trying to convince me that if I owe him money, that he'll try to resolve the issue, and try to convince his friend to actually strain him for me, but I highly doubt it because he's literally been making excuses for this punk, as if I should befriend him. Like, he's really soft on this guy. He's literally just trying to minimize his actions so that I could feel bad for him, but really there's more to it. Give me a moment. This is the very first text he sent me when I was having a conversation about it. And I literally told him, I wish I could tell you, but I literally provided evidence to him. But he's like, oh no, it's not enough proof. I can't believe that at all. And here's the final text. Another excuse to be lazy, not do the research and stay claiming we could be doing drugs or weed with the dude. And I can see them really together, but my advice is not to approach. And now I find this really weird because my advice is not to even approach these guys or even try to befriend them, because one, they're gonna catch you off guard, and they're gonna try to claim that these people are normal, but really these are people just full of themselves. And that's the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Comment, like, subscribe. Peace.